What is up, everybody? We are Easy Allies. I am Michael Huber with...
Huber, this is episode 3 that we're talking about. Gabby, you put the wrong thing.
Oh, I totally did. Yo, wait, one sec.
Spoiler mode, final warning, spoiler mode, activated.
It's because I'm just so emotionally distraught right now, Gabby. Like, we just went
Wait, I can't believe this is only episode 3. Is that for real?
Yeah. It was a lot. We are Easy Allies, everyone. We are here to hug each other closely and discuss episode 3 with some emotions, with some strong deviations, and we're going to get into it.
Yeah. I feel like this is the first major deviation.
Extreme deviation. So, from the get-go, Gabby, Bill. Some Bill origins. Yeah, I guess.
Well, that's not the first thing we see.
Yeah, before Bill, I guess we get a little Joel and Ellie.
Yeah, Joel's building a cairn. He's
Yeah.
like soaking his, his hurt fist.
Yeah.
And we get the Ellie going down into the basement.
Yeah.
And seeing that dude
Great
crushed under the rocks.
Very intense. Chernobyl vibes.
Great scene.
Chernobyl vibes. Same impact.
That's Mason Core.
Yeah, that was some Mason Core there, for sure. Strong Chernobyl energy. Dude, the Mortal
Just like
Kombat
the
2.
guy.
No, go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah,
You
that
go
too,
ahead, go
yeah.
ahead. What were you going to say, though?
No. I was just going to talk about the guy under the rocks, but
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
Love the guy under the rocks, dude. But yeah, Mortal Kombat, instead of... oh my god, I'm drawing a blank right now. Instead of freaking...
Knives and something in Angel Knives or whatever.
Dude. Yeah,
Is that it?
Yeah, but I forget like the name of the game. It's like... Chad will know it. Chad will know
help.
it instantly. What's the name of the game again? Help us. It's like, Anyway. Mortal Kombat 2 instead. I thought that was a cool replacement, especially because of the time difference in the game, you know? It's like 10 years before, so it would have made sense. And I just got like gnarly nostalgia because MK2 was the cabinet for me growing up. So
Yeah.
loved that.
I was freaking out about Cumberland Farms.
Yeah.
Because that's like everywhere. I don't know if you have it on the West Coast. But
I've
it's
never
like
heard of
if
it.
you're driving, yeah, it's like a real gas station in the Northeast.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's me and my roommates we're all like Cumberland Farms. Like,
That's
whoa.
sick. Cumberland Farms.
Yeah.
It's so jolly. So they're like, dude, I really like that too. They're like scrounging around, you know? Or she was at least. Joel was like doing his safe house shit, like his drop sites. But I thought that was cool, just leaning into supplies, Gabby. I always need some of that supply energy.
And the case looked like the case he uses at the bench.
Yes.
Whenever he goes to the bench to like fix his gun in the game, it looks like that little case
Yes.
is there.
Chat, thank you. The Turning, that's the game.
Okay.
The Turning, thank you. And then in the DLC, you get to play it. It's cool. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, really...
Then we get the airplane, the crashed airplane. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, crashed airplane hype. Freaking War of the Worlds, Steven Spielberg nod. Just kidding, but not. I did like that. Because, you know, it's... Talk about a slow build. That's what I noticed after this episode, Gabby, was the extremely slow build of Joel and Ellie's relationship. So those moments are few and far between so far. Obviously, we're going to get there. But the airplane, I'm glad you brought that up, because that was another moment where she was like, you got to go in the sky.
And also later when he's like, oh, there's something there I don't want you to see. Like, we're seeing a glimpse of him, like, caring about her
protector.
Psyche.
Yeah.
He doesn't want her to be scarred by, seeing a mass grave, a pauper's grave.
Yeah. Very thoughtful, Joel. There you go.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. And then the Odyssey begins, dude. The emotional fucking odyssey, dude. The journey of Bill and
So fucked.
Frank. First up, before we get into this, I want to just be like, I want to generalize for a second rather than getting into the details. The first generalization I want to throw out is I love post-apocalyptic stories because you can really hone in on like true emotions and love and feelings.
Right, it's all you have left.
It's all you have left, dude. I'm a sucker for it every time, Gabby. Like, when they start getting close and just how vulnerable Bill is, and he's just like almost like crying because of how
well, he
vulnerable.
expected to. He's never been. I don't think he's ever been this vulnerable.
Yeah.
He was living with his mother. It seems like in his mother's house, and he's never been this vulnerable. And all of a sudden, this like man shows up and like forces him to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And it's life changing,
dude.
It's perspective shifting.
Perspectives, dude. That level of trust for Bill to even like let him in.
I also love, like, in a post-apocalyptic stories and, like, you know, true stories that take place in, like, war-torn countries or, like, underdeveloped neighborhoods or whatever, like, still seeing people care about, like, the food they eat and care about, putting on makeup and care about, like, what outfit they're wearing or whatever. Because, like, even if there are bombs being dropped, like, blocked down from your house, like, there's still, it's very human to care about minutia.
Yes, what was the line exactly that Frank said? Was
it the boutique or whatever?
Yeah, when he wanted to clean up the street, he's like caring, like paying attention or like, just like focusing on the details, like means you care. It means you're like, he said something like that. It was such a impactful line, dude. You're so right. It's so good. Oh.
Yeah.
So, so we keep getting just like glimpses, it's just such a character, emotional driven episode rather than plot details. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Nick Offerman, my roommates and I were laughing he is so funny.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it's this horrible situation. He's alone, but like he was, he's so excited to be by himself finally, this like loner. Oh my God, he was so funny. Like when he meets Frank and he's like, "You're gonna tell every bum that I live here. Like this is not an Arby's."
It's like, well, Arby's didn't give away food for free, so
it was a restaurant.
What the hell are you talking about, bro?
Oh, he is so funny. Yeah.
He's so good. Just the little moments, right? Like when they first kiss was like such an emotionally fucking powerful scene.
It was so awkward, but like it made sense that it was awkward.
It was like, it was like awkward, but also so truthful, dude, and just honest and real, and like no other bullshit matters in that moment other than the power of human connection. Yeah. And it was just like so nice.
Human beings have experienced love through every century and millennia through all of time, and like they will continue to do so, forever.
Yes.
So yeah.
Hell yeah. No matter what the situation is, it's that universal connection. Whatever the backdrop or scenario or plot is, that is always there. Love that. Yeah, the singing. When they both do the piano. Dude, Nick Offerman's singing was so good.
Murray Bartlett singing was like, it was so sweet. And then I love when they got up into bed. First of all, I love that Murray Bart was like, "Go take a shower."
Yeah, go shower, though.
Loved that. And then when they were in bed, he's like, "I'm not a whore. Yeah. I'm doing this because I want to."
Yeah.
Loved that.
I'm going to stay for a while. And that was such a... Dude, talk about... What a powerful edit there, too, because... Love, right? And Neil Druckmann being obsessed with, like, love and hate, or, like, all of that. And it's like right when they're in bed getting to know each other, and it's like, all right, this huge love cut to him storming out of the house.
Screaming
Fuck
argument.
you! Like, so good.
Because I imagine, like, someone who's been alone for that long, like, it must be difficult for him to get used to, like, accommodating somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, accommodating somebody's needs.
Yeah.
And, you know, eventually we see that, like, it becomes everything, you know.
That's one of the connections with the game, Gabby. Maybe the only one is just the idea of Bill being stuck in his old ways. Just all, like, militaristic, or, like, not even militaristic, just, like, vigilant in his protection and rules and just keeping everything on lockdown.
Yeah. And, I mean, in the game, I feel like, you know, if we kind of mix the two narratives, it's you know, Bill is super paranoid. He finally has something to protect. And then once he loses that thing in the game, he becomes, like, even worse than he was, you know, in the beginning.
Totally.
Yeah.
Dude, one of the most intense lines. So good. When they're eating strawberries, first up. Great scene. 10 out of 10. I want strawberries and wine after this episode, dude. I'm pouring myself a fucking glass of red. I don't have any strawberries. Dude, damn it. So when Bill is like, I was never scared until you showed up. He has everything to lose now, dude. Everything to lose. So good. And it's just like, it's worth it. It's worth it. Love is messy and it can bring unimaginable pain, but those days are worth it. It's good. It's so good.
Ugh.
What else?
Like, physically pain. So wait, okay, so we jump forward 3 years, that's the argument.
Yeah,
then we jump forward 4 years, and we... because he's like, I'm talking to a woman on the radio, and she's really nice.
Yes! Surprise Tess appearance. I was stoked. More Tess.
Oh, so happy.
Yes.
So happy. And we get a little more, like, it's still very unclear, but we get a little more, like, Joel and Tess, like, what's going on with their relationship kind of thing.
They felt very, like, boss and employee at that moment. That was my vibe. Yeah, that was my vibe.
No.
Tess was there on business.
I disagree.
Joel was the nervous one who was probably like, all right, you sure about this? But then he, like, kind of talked Bill into it because Tess was so into it.
Yeah, someone said, not at all, Huber.
All right. That's the energy I
No,
always
Huber.
get.
I didn't get that vibe at all, Huber.
Okay. That's always the vibe I get. Because even Bill was just like, you know, when it was them two outside, it was very clear, like, they're two types of people who are not trusting versus Tess and Frank, or Tess and Frank powling around all, ha ha ha, let's go look at this, ha ha ha. And Bill and Joel, like, on edge. Uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's just where I got that.
I love, it just felt so, like, natural when Frank was like, oh, let me show you the inside, and, like, takes Tess, and Bill's like, no, like, shouting at him, but doesn't go to stop him.
Yeah.
Frank, no!
And it's, like, giving us those scenes that we never got and, like, barely even thought about. Like, obviously Bill talks about Tess in the game, but, like, Frank and Tess, that bond, I'm like, oh, sick. This is great. Of course, they would probably get.
We get to see a relationship between two, like, dead partners. Basically.
Exactly.
Two dead characters. Yeah.
I really liked that. That was great. And just setting up, like, that's always been a question mark in my brain, Gabby, of just, like, not really a question mark, but I've thought about it way more than once, of, like, Joel and Tess trading with Bill, setting up that trade. Like, I love that shit. You know, finding the documents of Bill's town and, like, what he's supplying for Joel and vice versa. I love that stuff.
Yeah. Someone said when Joel referred to Tess as mine, that was during that scene, right?
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
That's very, like, romantic. You don't call your employee mine.
I mean, mine could be me and mine, my best friend. Mine doesn't mean romantic or love interest. I'm just saying. Mine
You're
does not.
wrong.
Me and mine. Me and my family. A friend can be family. It's the same shit, dude.
Sure, but I think they're trying to hint
I've
that...
always thought, why is this such a big deal? I've always thought that they were together, but not fully like that, dude. It's not like this ship. Everyone is like, oh, ship Joel and Tess, and it's like complicated. It's messy. It's not a full
Okay, but it can
ship.
still be complicated, but it can still be like it can still be mine in a... Yeah, okay. He said my and stopped from using a label and changed it to mine.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's still messy.
Yeah.
But, like, she's still... Like, it's implying more than the game did a romantic relationship.
They don't even know what it is, which is always the vibe I got. That's perfect way to say it, Gomez. They don't even know what it is. That's what I'm trying to say, too. Yeah. Because like they're afraid of attachment too. I'm sure both of them.
Fine,
like we haven't heard of like Tess's past really before Joel. Her like if she had romantic connections or whatnot. I don't know. Maybe more to come with flashbacks. When she showed up, I was like, dude, Tess still on the table.
Still on the table.
Yeah.
You don't book Anna Torv and then leave her by the wayside.
Totally.
Yeah.
So. I would like... Do you think she'll pop up more throughout? Or, like, this was just a little nice... Yo, we just took her from you. We're gonna have her...
You know what that really felt... I don't know. That's a good question. I hope we do. You know what that really felt like? Is an episode of Lost. Like, seeing them in the past felt like this, like, cameo from these characters that we're familiar with is, like, so Lost.
Yeah. Dude.
And it even, like, it had the, like, ring out kind of sound, the, like... Whoosh, and then it, like, cuts to the past.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And they're, like, sitting together.
Flashback, dude. Flash sideways.
Yeah.
Love that. I was thinking of the 100. They had a very similar episode of the 100 where you see these people live their whole lives kind of thing. I'm trying to think what other shows have done that, but I really like that. And I think
it's
that's...
like almost a bottle episode.
Totally. And I think that's a good segue into the deviations, Gabby. Because
we still...
Go ahead.
Go on.
No,
we still have to talk about the raid.
Sure. The raid, dude, is setting up the traps. We didn't get a nail bomb.
We don't get to the deviations until later, right?
Yeah, we didn't get a nail bomb. We didn't get nail bombs, but we got flamethrowers.
Or some kind of, flame-throwing trap.
Sick.
That was crazy, those stuntmen. That's kind of, I feel like it must be very cool from a production perspective to be able to just be like, oh, these people aren't going to say any lines. All they have to do is wear a costume and do a cool stunt, so we can kind of just cast like the craziest stuntmen who are willing to set themselves on fire and shit.
It is. I've had conversations with Don about this. It is always my favorite stunt of all time is when people set themselves on fire in the suits and shit. It's very like
with the gel.
Out of control. Some of the best in the biz stunts. Those people just flaming around. What in the world was Bill doing just standing in the middle of the street, though, man? Take some cover. Get down, dude. You've got a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
What are you doing, brother?
Maybe just, like, crazed. He just woke up.
True. Chaos.
Disoriented.
Sure.
Good question, though. Good question.
Yeah, all right. Not alone on that. Like, middle of the street freaked me out. Yeah, there was like that and then like two of the survivors kind of just being back, like shooting through. There were some convenient edits there I'm such a stickler with action scenes. There was just a couple edits there that were like, where did those people run off to now? Did Bill take them both out?
I thought we saw
Not everyone was on fire. Not everyone.
Oh.
And how would everyone get on? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It was good. I liked that scene, but I had some questions at the end. But they thankfully moved on quick enough. Did you have any weird thoughts on the action?
No, I just thought it was crazy. I liked seeing people on fire.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And we get, there's some notes about that shit in Last of Us about, like, hunters coming up to the town but getting chased off by infected.
Right.
There's some stuff of that in the game, so that was all That was all good.
Oh, we also saw the tripwire. That was cool.
Yes.
Instead of an explosion, it was like a single gunshot to the head.
Totally.
Holy shit.
He's all like stoked about it. Never gets old. That was really good. Thought of Last of Us Part 2 very briefly, just when Dina and Ellie are talking about Billstown and the traps and everything. Just that, one fleeting.
Oh, yeah. It's like a casual
scene.
conversation while they're like
Yeah.
running around Seattle. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just very fleeting. Because in the game, Gabby, go ahead.
No, you go.
You go, because I want to get to the end here. Yeah, I want to talk about that.
No, we're not there yet.
Exactly. Keep us on track.
I loved Bill almost dying.
Yeah.
And like giving Frank all this information, like, okay, this is how you continue. Get Joel. I don't want you to be alone. Like, the one thing on his mind is protecting Frank and making sure Frank's okay.
Yeah, I was tearing up at that part, and I also thought they were gonna swerve us and kill Bill there. They had me for like a second.
Me too.
They had me for a second.
Me too.
I was like, yo, are we doing this?
But we hard cut to Frank in the wheelchair.
Yeah. Fucking assholes.
10 years later.
Yeah. So rude. Fucking cancer storylines, god damn it.
Yeah.
Pisses me the fuck off. But still, that we were talking about that universal love amidst any backdrop, any scene, and it's like just terminal illness, same kind of shit.
Neurological thing.
And it's just like, yo, that's basically tale as old as time too. Just these you love someone and then that I mean,
the tragedy of experiencing love is that one of you's gonna go first. One of you's gonna die first. Yeah.
And the fact that it's still a thing, even amidst a zombie apocalypse, is that fucking cancer is still taking loved ones away from us.
Oh, this person says they think it's ALS or muscular dystrophy. Lots of people said cancer, but I don't know why they think that. I mean, we don't know. It's a.
I just say
how
terminal,
would they know?
Terminal,
it's a
debilitating illness in a zombie apocalypse.
Exactly. There's some neuro thing going on because he's like really weak or whatever. Like, yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah. And I loved seeing Bill care for Frank. That was very sweet. Oh, we didn't talk about we kind of already talked about the strawberries, but when they're going for a run around the town, that was awesome. That was so sweet.
Yeah. So many little moments, Gabby.
Yeah. The minutia of like loving someone over a 20-year period.
Yeah.
Like,
it was so well done. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else.
We just have the last
bit,
flash. Yeah. The
brutal last bit where they fucking retcon that shit, but it was like so worth it, I guess. So in the game, if you don't know, I even queued it up just to have here. In the game, Frank hangs himself because he was bit by the infected, and he was going for the battery to get the hell out of town. So I've got his note right here. Well, Bill, I doubt you'd ever find this note because you were too scared to ever make it to this part of town. But if for some reason you did, I want you to know I hated your guts. I grew tired of the shitty town and your set-in-your-ways attitude. I wanted more from life than this, and you could never get that. And that stupid battery you kept moaning about? I got it. But I guess you were right. Trying to leave this town will kill me. Still better than spending another day with you. Good luck, Frank. Wow.
So in the game, remind me, is Bill just like, oh, Frank left, I don't know where he is?
No, they stumble upon his hanged body.
Right, I know, but where does Bill think Frank is?
Oh, it never said. Never said. Probably, he knows he ran away. He knows he ran off. He left him.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
But he says something to that effect, like, oh, Frank left, Frank's gone.
Yeah, I think
But
because then
obviously he doesn't know he killed himself.
yeah, because then Joel, you find that note and you can give it to him, and Bill is like, "Oh, that's how you felt. Well, fuck you too. Like whatever." Throws the note down. So yeah, that he just bounced.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I have.
And so Bill's still alive. Bill is still alive in the games.
Right.
That's what I want to say. That's a huge deviation we're about to get into.
Yeah. I mean, I do have a theory that Frank wrote that note to, like, make Bill not feel bad about him dying.
Yeah.
Which, like, works. He was right.
Yeah.
But
kind of some effed up way to be like, yeah, you were kind of right in the end. Like, it did get me killed. Yeah.
Well, no, more like if he is cruel to Bill in his last note, then Bill won't feel so devastated about him dying.
Good call. Instead of like, Bill, I missed you, I love you, you were right. Blah, blah, blah.
It's Air Bud, it's Harry and the Hendersons.
Good
it's
call.
Like, you know,
good call. Yeah.
Like, I never liked you. Get out of here.
Yeah. So, final scene, dude. Final like arc is Frank wanting to go. You know, Frank's had enough. He wants to die. Which is still a parallel, you know, it's still a form of suicide. And he wants to have one last day. One last day, not think about that BS, like, one last good day with the person he loves. So they have their beautiful day together. It was so nice.
It starts with toast. He's like, you're going to get up and make me toast.
Maybe some toast. Oh,
and then they go to the boutique to get their suits.
Yep. Yeah.
Then they get married by the piano.
Loved that. Love the little marriage scene.
Devastating.
So fucked up. But like, in a way, especially in this world, they had a lot of good times. And he even says that. He's like, yo, we had a lot of good days. We had a lot of bad days.
Yeah, he's like, I fucking hated it sometimes. Yeah. But like, you know, the good days outnumber the bad days.
Yeah. So I hold on to that, like, goodness, you know, that simple goodness. Yeah. So they crumple up, you know, all the pills. And Bill reveals that he put it in the bottle. And that they're both going to go out together.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder when Bill made that choice, you know?
Probably instantly. Or very quickly, because Bill is like, dude, I don't want to live without Frank. Fuck
that's
that.
The thing. Like,
fuck that.
Right. He was
what
a
am
man,
I gonna do?
Oh God, just the arc of like a man who doesn't want anyone around to like. I refuse to be alone.
Oh,
devastating.
I hate it. Yeah. Sorry if it's like some of the
tears.
details. Yeah. Sorry if
some
of the details are like blurry. Chat. It's just like too much. It like made me anxious and really sad, and I wonder too. It's like once I started thinking about the games, I was like, I wonder if this is a weird way to like backdoor side confirm that Bill is like gonna just be dead in the games and that's it. We will never go back to Bill in Last of Us Part 3. You know.
Bill is all the way on the East Coast.
Of course.
So even if he was alive,
yeah,
like
just because there's so few opportunities, Gabby, especially because it's Last of Us, everyone fucking dies. There's few opportunities to like bring back an old character, and Bill is one of the like only ones, one of the only like original characters that you could technically bring back.
That's true. But I just think like so much would have to happen for Bill to show up, you know?
Yeah. So Druckmann in the post episode was like, yo, we always try to stick to the games, but when you can say something better, we deviate.
Also, it's not really important in the game that Bill is alive. No, like it's important because he's a great character and he's like, you know, fun to play with.
Yeah.
But it's not that valuable that he's alive. Like
totally.
You could go, it would be more boring, but you could go through his whole town with him and find him dead at the end.
Ellie has nowhere to
What?
turn or go to, so maybe she goes to Bill. Who knows? But it was just something to think about because that was such a big deviation.
Yeah.
Is killing a character that's alive in the games. So
Yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
And I like that they, I mean, I guess they had to, but I really like that they clarified why the radio was playing the 80s song.
Yeah.
Because I was like, who sent the signal?
Yeah.
Like, they were dead already.
Yeah. Fail safe.
The failsafe, right?
Heck yeah. I'm also glad, how many times have you heard me say, show me the blood and guts. Show me the kills and the gore. I'm so glad we didn't see them. They walk into the bedroom and that is it. And then we see the window. Flawlessly done.
Yeah, I was genuinely scared we were going to pull back and see their, like, skeletonized bodies.
Yeah.
I was really afraid of that. I did not want to see that.
Same.
Like, we don't need that.
Same.
Leave them in peace. Leave them in peace. There was one of my favorite books, or one of my favorite series of unfortunate events. In the 11th or 12th one, there's a part where one of the siblings and the boy she likes are, like, climbing up this, they're together, whatever, they're alone together. And instead of the author, like, describing them, like, having their first kiss, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to let them have this moment. Like, I do know what happened, but it's their business. It's not yours.
Yeah.
So, and it's humanizing,
Yeah.
We're letting them rest in peace.
Yes.
We're not turning it into a spectacle of, like, them rotting away. Yeah, showing a time lapse of their rotting corpses.
Totally. Yeah, just beautifully done. Let the audience wipe the tears away. At that point, that's the tear wiping break. Yeah, tear wipe break. Dude, it's too much.
Pause for tears. For tears.
I will say it was too bad. It was too bad we didn't get to see one of my favorite personalities interacting, and that's Ellie and Bill. We didn't get any Ellie and Bill scenes.
That's true.
Because them giving each other shit is absolutely one of the highlights of the entire Last of Us. But we didn't get that. So.
Wait, remind me, at the end of Bill's town,
yeah.
What's the last we see of Bill?
You push the car. You push the car away, and we're driving away, and we see you later, Bill. And he's like, stay safe.
And where's Bill?
And Joel was like, yo, we're even. Everyone's even at that point. Or Bill says, yo, we're even now. See you later. Good
and
luck.
Bill's just, like, in the town full of zombies?
Back in his town, chilling in his town.
Is he safe?
Yeah, because it was the high school. We went to the high school, remember, to get the battery. And we, like, mostly cleared it out.
The high school.
The high school arc, dude. No bloater. So different. Yeah, get the fuck out of my town. There it is, yep.
Okay, yeah.
Get the hell out.
Yeah, I remember Ellie looking at the gay porn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Ellie's got the mags, yeah. But I bring that up because Ellie still did some snooping. Bill just wasn't there to yell at her. And what did she find?
Yeah.
A pistol.
Yeah.
A smoking gun, dude. A fucking... What is it? The MacGuffin? So, like...
Chekhov's gun?
Chekhov's gun, dude. Yeah, Chekhov's gun.
Razor.
Yeah, Chekhov's gun, dude. Thing's about to pop off.
Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
Major Chekhov's gun.
Thing is about to go.
My guess is it'll be used to save Joel at some point. She'll be like,
know.
see, you should have given me a gun or whatever. Yeah,
we know the moment. You know the moment.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
wait,
but
where did she get that gun in the game?
On the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. Gonna be good. It's like in the water.
So where are we going next week? Or what's the next thing?
I never watch previews. Don't chat. I don't want your previews. All right. I don't want your like. Oh well, we saw this and this and this, so it's this. I don't care. I'm minimizing chat for a second while the dust settles. This is a game I've beaten 10 times, and I don't care. I cannot watch previews. I don't like it. I'd rather just wait a week and with my thoughts and my predictions or my I don't like it.
But in the game, am I wrong? Doesn't it like hard cut to Colorado or something?
Hard cut to the most famous scene ever, maybe in The Last of Us. He's not even hurt.
What?
Vroom, vroom, buckle up. Vroom, vroom. It's a trap. Vroom, vroom.
Okay. Yeah,
you got there.
Okay, I'm
Also,
kind of remembering.
Also, dude, we talked about it a couple days ago, I think, dude. No Joel hanging upside down, dude. Bill's traps. No Joel upside down, iconic moment.
Joel upside down. I forgot about that.
Those video game moments are getting curbed. Probably for the better, you know?
That's okay. Yeah,
it is.
I mean, that's cool to have him hanging upside down. And that might still happen. Like,
true. They could remix it somewhere else. You're so right.
No reason it can't
You're
happen
so
somewhere
right.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's particularly for this episode, like,
yep.
There was so little. There were 2 zombies in the whole episode.
Mm-hmm. And I think, Gabby, this is like, I think when time goes by, dude, this episode is going to be the studied episode for, like, adaptations. Taking deviations or not. Because we talked about all those things that we missed and some of the deviations, but I felt like we got a better episode and more emotional weight than all that other stuff could have ever given us for this medium, for an episode of television.
You know, I'm reading a book about the history of Batman right now, and there's a whole lot.
Jesus.
There's a whole
flex, dude. Flex it, Gabby. Good grief.
Stop bragging. You
Humble
read.
Brag, dude. Good grief.
There's like, you know, a consistent theme in the book is like the adaptation, of course, because there's been like hundreds of versions of Batman, and how, you know, the different ways you adapt a work, and then also who's adapting the work, like, really it is reflected in fan reaction, because, you know, like The Dark Knight or like Frank Miller Batman is like so different than the very first Batman, which is so different from the TV show, which is so different from the animated series. But then, like, you know, people turn on, you know, certain adaptations because they feel like, you know, this isn't being made by a Batman fan, and this doesn't reflect my understanding of what Batman is.
Yeah.
And I feel like this episode is like, okay, we know, you know, the writers are like, okay, we know the game, we know this character, we know people like this character, and there's so much to explore here. And I just feel respected as a fan. Like,
absolutely.
you know, they're saying, this is more, it's more, you're gonna want to see this more than you're gonna want to see Joel hanging upside down.
Absolutely, 100%. Because we already did that, and that's fun in a video game. That shit's sick. But what can TV do that, like, to adapt that? It's like, okay, what was left off the table? Like, that was always such a small moment in the game, but it was so huge. Was finding that note and finding Frank's body. It was like, dude, I want to know more about this.
It was just a thing you walked by.
Yes.
Kind of. It was like, whoops, like, that's their life.
Yeah.
And that's none of my business. We're moving on.
Yeah.
But we, like, got to see, you know, over an hour.
All of it. We got to see it all, dude.
Everything. Yeah. It was, which makes me nervous in a good way for characters that are going to be introduced later.
Yes.
I'm very scared.
Yeah, I know.
I'm very scared.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, someone said chat. Yeah, don't spoil it, chat, but yes, it's gonna be so much.
Dude, so effed up. My friend is watching The Last of Us and has never played the games. And my other friend just, like, started everything. Yeah, it's too bad this happens and this happens. And it's like, what are you doing, dude? Not everyone's playing this. Like,
So
like
inconsiderate.
thermonuclear spoilers, Gabby, like the maximum possible. Yeah. Wow.
It's so selfish.
Yeah.
And like, what's it to you?
Yeah, it was
That's
unnecessary.
so weird.
It was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Dude, we need honestly, one of my closing thoughts, Gabby. This episode was so freaking good. We need a Frank and Bill spin-off. I don't even give a shit, dude. Fill in all the gaps. I don't care. I don't care. All the time we didn't see
famously.
more. Like, let's go.
A sitcom, a Bill and Ted sitcom.
Yes.
Or Bill and Frank, Bill and
Yes.
Ted, Bill and Frank.
Seriously.
It's them, like, it's a 3-cam sitcom with a live studio audience. Just about their life in the post-apocalypse. A visual novel. It's like a Life is Strange style. You get to walk around the town, go to the boutique. You get to choose your dialogue to to Frank or whoever you're playing as.
John, I'm just kidding around. I'm just using that to show how much I already like miss them. Like I can't handle it. I need more of them.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely feel like I want more. I'm like,
but that's
no,
the
but
best
no, that
thing.
wasn't enough.
Yeah,
like, show
that's
me
the
more,
best.
please. I want to see more.
Yeah. And just like that was just an hour, dude. That was just an hour of TV, and it's gonna like we're gonna be thinking about that for a while now. Like I don't know. Top
It's
tier.
gonna stay with me for sure.
Top tier, dude.
Chat, is there anything we missed?
Anything we missed or you want to say? Anything you want to say, Gabby? Anything you got?
This show just continues to surprise me,
Yep.
and I'm enjoying every episode more than the last.
Same. Well, the first one was super good.
Yeah. And I always go into adaptations of things that are important to me.
Yeah.
High hopes, low expectations.
Absolutely.
But this is so exceeding my expectations in every way.
Totally.
And I'm just so happy about it.
Critics setting the expectations is super annoying. That they've seen it all.
Critics?
Yeah. I keep seeing that. Like, the lead up to this episode, Gabby, it was unavoidable. Everyone was like, yo, the next one's the best. The next one's the best. Better watch next episode because it's the best. And it's like, yo, you didn't know that when you watched it, critics. That's a shit privileged take. You didn't know that when you sat down to watch episode 3 that it would be the best episode. It just happened and you were like, holy shit. And then you come out and you're just like, next one's the best. Next one's the best. It's like you're adding nothing to the conversation.
Would you still be upset if they were like, number 3 is my favorite, or the next one is my favorite?
Maybe after the fact. There's no reason to be sharing that before the world has had the opportunity to watch the episode. There's no reason for it. After it's over, then we can all be like, yo, that was a very special episode.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's crazy. It's just business.
You don't think it builds hype? I don't...
Huh? It does.
Yeah,
it does.
it's a business.
It builds hype for sure. But, like, there's ways to build hype, and then... But that to me, it's not adding to the hype at all. It's just like, hey...
So, in the same way that you have to get your review out before embargo, which is perhaps long before people are allowed to play the game.
Yeah.
Like, you know...
I don't
Do you think
reviews.
people would say the same thing about your review?
Don't read the review, dude. Just don't read it.
Okay, but that's you. But
True,
people who
true.
do read reviews...
Yeah.
Do you think they would be like, oh, why did Huber say the game was good?
Well,
I haven't played it yet.
I mean, that's a whole nother conversation, but I do try to avoid generalized, like, spoilery statements like that. I don't know. Like, if I review a game, I'm not going to just be like, yeah, the part at the end, like, once you get to the 8-hour mark in a game, it's this best part ever. Like, that's the equivalent. That's the same equivalent. If I'm writing a review, I would never say that. I'd be like, yeah, the 7-hour mark, chapter 3 is the best part of the game. Like, what? Why do you need to say that?
Okay, I mean, video games and TV are so different. I guess so. I guess.
Yeah. So I don't know, there was just a lot. It reminded me, Isla and I have like an axe to grind with this shit, because she talks about the Parasite effect. When everyone was like, yo, Parasite, best movie of all time. Best movie all before it was out. Best movie ever made. It was like, dude, what? It's a bit much. It's a bit much. It's a personal,
Wait, but that's just people sharing their opinion on the internet.
I was asked a question and I'm answering it, and that's my opinion. That's it. That's all I'm saying. It just bothers me.
Right, but I was saying, like, you share your opinion on the internet all the time.
Yeah, after the fact. After something's out is what I'm talking about. Not like a week before the thing is out.
So Isla's complaining about reviewers saying Parasite was good?
Never mind. It's a whole nother conversation. We've gone off topic.
I just don't understand.
Doesn't even matter. It's done. It's done. Any other thoughts, Gabby, about the episode? Any other eps? Or any other thoughts on the ep? Someone said when Ellie stabbed the zombie in the head was really good.
And it was like moldy underneath his
disgusting.
skin. That was disgusting.
It was absolutely disgusting. I was sick
but that was
of it.
such a cool part. Like, the, like, it was just good set deck. Like, so cool.
For sure. It did seem like she was into it.
Yes.
I keep getting... Yeah.
Because in the game, we don't get into Ellie's head until 2/3 of the way through the game.
Yeah.
If not 3/4 of the way through the game. So we need to have... She needs to be more active, you know?
Yeah.
And now we get to be inside her head sometimes.
I guess because, like, runtime, the whole show would be shorter, and then, like, time spent with Ellie is shorter. Because, like, we're focusing on different characters and stuff. So it does kinda...
Also, it's, like, just, you know, it's whatever 9 hours of television rather than, you know, 15-hour game or whatever.
Yeah, it's really giving her, like, this menacing, like, kind of into this power, dude. It's weird. Yeah. I want to see where they take that. It's something to watch. Something to watch as we move on, dude, and continue to go. Because that weird part in 1 where she's, like, watching Joel. When Joel's, like, watch how she reacts. She's like so into it. It's like so over the top, dude. So definitely something to watch as we move on with Ellie. I think humans are imminent, Gabby.
Oh, I'm excited. That's what I'm most excited for.
The human element, dude. Where's Rick Grimes when you need him? Good old Rick. All right, for real. Any other final thoughts or questions, chat or Gabby, as we sign out for the week? 1 week to go. Still 6 episodes to go. That's like an entire
I can't believe this is episode 3.
Is that quick, or is that early or late for you? What do you think? Like,
it just feels like there's been a million episodes.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. 100%. Like, this episode was enough to feed my thoughts for, like, the next 2 weeks. Like, I don't need to play or watch anything else for 2 weeks. I'm just going to be continually processing this in my brain.
I will absolutely be processing this. That's the right phrase. I will be processing this.
Yeah. Dude, shout out to Anne Wershing, the Tess actor who did pass away today from cancer. It's horrible. I absolutely love her. Not just as Tess. She was in Vampire Diaries, dude. Remember, she's like the mom or whatever. And then frickin' The Rookie and Runaways and Bosch. Oh, her character in Bosch is so good. Dude, 24 she was in. She was incredible, dude. So shout out to her. It's really, really sad. And just my thoughts, dude. Thoughts out there to her and hers. Her and hers.
Yeah.
For real. All of them. It sucks. And it, like, what weird timing, you know?
Yeah, it is strange. It's like
It's just like,
eerie timing.
But, and like, not like bad. Well, obviously bad, tragically, like, passed away. But, like, this episode was about life and death and everything, it like really just thinking about all that shit throughout was really powerful. All right, chat.
Sure.
Anything else?
No.
No? Shut us down? We're out?
Take us out of our misery.
Take us out. Take us out. Yeah, honestly, chat, hug everyone. Dude, hug everyone and call everyone. Like, text message time, call time, dude. Everyone you love right now. I'm leaving you with that.
Spoiler mode, final warning, spoiler mode activated.